Welcome to this edition of URP Practical Talk. I'm your host, George Gonzalez, and today we have in the studio Dr. Vishnu Bandhu. How are you doing today?
Oh, thank you.
All right,
Fine, thank you.
all right. So, of course, you weren't here for the last edition of URP, so I know you were probably going out and about around the country, going and campaigning. So, can you tell us a little bit about what have you and the URP been up to since the last time?
Well, we have been working very hard. We opening our second office in quarantine Burmese now. In Kariwatan, the next town. So now we have two offices in Berbice right now. We are hoping to open the next one in New Amsterdam very soon. So we'll be having three URP offices in that area. Um, we are working very hard. Shortly, we will be opening something in Georgetown here. We are looking at the place right now. So, we are trying to get ourselves organized properly, before the election, local government, and so forth. So, we have been doing a lot of work outside here, you know, um, trying to prepare. We'll be contesting, if not all, some of the local government areas in Guyana. And the good news is that our executive had come to a decision that, you know, we did not want to participate in local government. It was one of the rules of the URP. Let the people from the areas involved in their own affairs, not the political parties. But seeing that the PPP and the APNO and PNC and so forth will not shift from that position, we decided to also contest because we wouldn't give them a free ride, in the country. Um, we also have decided that if you're not comfortable under the URP, go independently, and the URP will help support you to go towards this election because it's about our people. It's all about our people to make a difference in people's life. You know. So if you're not comfortable with the URP, the URP will say you want to go independent, go independent. We'll assist you. So you see the difference between us and the other political parties. Whatever they do, the PNC or the PVP or the APNO or what have you or the AFC, you got to use their name, you know, because it's all about power for them. But for the URP, it's about the people for them, for people to be comfortable.
Oh. And so with this, the most recent opening of your second office in Berbice, and now going into the possible third, it sounds like it's the message of the URP is really resonating with the people of Berbice.
Oh, yeah, yes. We are making some inroads right now,
Oh.
in Berbice.
Do you feel that that's some of the parties that are more prevalent in that area at the time? Do you feel like they're recognizing you as a threat in the area?
Um, I hope so because all over this country it was two major forces all the time: the PPP and the PNC, and the APNO they call themselves now. Um, what they have been doing, people have been reading through both of them that they are not doing nothing different. It's the same 6 for 9 we are on in Guyana. Right? So people are getting the message. And I hope that Guyana can become like what happened in Barbados a few weeks ago with their election. As you know, the opposition to the government in Barbados had walked through with the election. They don't even have an opposition. The government didn't even get one seat.
Yeah, they want it all. Yeah.
They won it all, So I hope that people could open their eye and take this example. Look, these two political parties have been long, long gone. In my book, like they outlived their usefulness. This is how I see it in Guyana, right? It's up to the people now to start to think. Make sure you start to change the way of thinking, you know, Because if you vote for the same two political party, you'll be continuously getting the same result. You aren't getting no different result, right? Because the policies are all the same. They don't have nothing different, you know, nothing different with the two of them. They're going down that racial line, and they keep on going down that racial line, you know. And no matter what you say, you know, we can see clearly what is happening in Guyana.
And so, I actually want to, well, shift it over a little bit to more of recent events that have happened in the nation. Of course, most recently, the National Grade 6 Assessment was the results that were released, and the top scorer, Naila Rahman. Of course, she actually got perfect marks. To my understanding, this is the first time in at least in the most recent history that somebody has done so well. So, what is the URP's view on
Well,
that? And
Miss Rahman, she have done wonderful work. I would like to congratulate her and also her parents, because her parents had a lot to do with this to support her, and she have done extremely well. She had a perfect score, 529 out of 529 in the country, top the country, you know, and younger people should take these examples of these, you know, what is happening is how hard you work towards something. That's what it's all about. And she had been working very hard. So I'm very proud to know that, you know, Miss Rahman had able to score that big, perfect score in the country, 529 out of 529.
And so, do you feel that this then raises the need, or at least for persons to remember, like that there needs to be a greater emphasis on education?
Well, they should. They should. People should take things very serious. But you know, education and everything, it has a lot to do with our country, with our economy. You know, because you'll hear many young people will say today, why would I go to school and waste my time? Because I go to school to get a degree so I can get a good job, right? But if I get a degree and spend so much money, my parents spend millions of dollars to send me to university and to get a degree. And when I get a degree and I come out, I have no job to get. You know, I have to do like all the rest. I got to go back in the back dam and work in the rice field and the cane field and the garden, planting cash crop. Some of them walking, kicking brick in the road, have nothing to do. You know, so it has a lot to do with our economy in our country. If our government are showing progress and people are seeing that, yeah, look, there will be a lot of job here, you know, that you go and study, educate yourself, you get a lot of job. Well, then you're encouraging people to really come out and study and go and study. Parents would insist on sending their children to school to study and ensure that they're studying, you know. So it had a lot to do with our economy in our country.
And so I know something, well, sort of still on the economy, that and cash crops even too, hemp. That I know that's something that the URP has been in support of in bringing in the legalization of industrial hemp, and so it seems like it's been about 2 years now, and there's been a general push, but no real response from the government. What is your viewpoint
Well,
on that?
it is very surprising to know that the industrial hemp, what the Hemp Association here is trying to get passed so that we can grow it in Guyana. Of course, it said that it make about 25,000 different products with industrial hemp. Of course, it's a cannabis, just like the marijuana, but it's not marijuana. And people have to understand that this is not marijuana, you know. Um, All the other country had been doing it. You know, you got America do it, a part of America. You got Canada, part of Canada doing it. You got Holland, you have London, you have China. All these countries have been doing it. I can't understand why we can't do it. And they estimate that it will be about five to $6 million you'll earn per crop, and it's only 3 months. You know, people want to be rich in this country too. People want to be well off in this country too. And I was doing some reading about it yesterday, last night. You know, it showed that in 1930 in Guyana, 1913, sorry, in Guyana, the British had passed industrial hemp to grow in 1913 in Guyana. 1971, President Bonham had signed off a thing with the United Nations on growing hemp. So I don't know what the government is really doing. You know, they 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 they, they want to continuously see that these illegal things happen in this country. Do you know we have on record that Guyana is number one for ganja, illegal ganja, shipping out from this country. We are number one for illegal ganja. Do you know in Jamaica they got something called Guyana ganja?
Wow. No, I did not
Yeah,
know that. Wow.
Guyana ganja. If you go on the web and you pull up this thing, you will read about it. You know, so we have a lot of illegal ganja growing in Guyana, you know, which nobody had been paying attention to it. The law enforcement and anything. So it's been growing wild.
Yeah, it seems like just about
You
every
know?
other day they're burning down some field,
Yeah,
finding a new campment.
correct.
Yeah.
You know, so it's growing like crazy here. You know, if you go in all the interiors area and so forth, they grow these things. So what we'll do? So I think that the government, the president, should sign off on the industrial hemp and regulate it. So you give people a chance to grow things legally what they can make money. You know, as long as you regulate it and you got a law and order towards it, it will work. So I don't know why they're taking so long to do this thing. Because people are complaining the rice is not paying them. You complain that sugar is not paying. Let us do something different. That is why URP has been continuously talking about agriculture. Not only develop the present agriculture, what we have there, like rice and sugar and all these things, let us increase and grow different things, like soya. We talk about ethanol. We're talking about all these things. The URP. We're talking about canning, talking about building industries, manufacturing companies. Let us take in each area, whatever they're growing in that area, let us set up a little factory so that we can can these things, we can package these things, and we can meet with the outside market. And people will be able to live comfortably in Guyana. You know? So it is very important for us to re-examine ourselves. Our government has to do some more homework, which they are not doing it, to see where we are going, what we are doing. Don't only think about but putting on tax all the time, killing the people. You know what you're doing to them because you got to get money to pay your big salary. You're killing the people. You know, look how much money a small country like this has to pay this government, the ministers and all them in parliament. Look how much money, and that's not all. They are out of this country. They every month you got. I think right now you got about 5 ministers out of this country, including the president. Hmm? So what we're doing, and you know how much money it costs the taxpayer in Guyana when you do that? Huh?
It's a lot. It adds up.
Yes, it adds up. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. And so, bringing it back to another current event is, of course, the most recent CCJ ruling preventing the former president, Brett Jagdeo, from actually running for a third term. What is the URP's opinion on this and third terms, well, in general?
I think the court make a right decision,
Mm,
right? If you've run 2 term, and that we are the first one in Guyana. When we came, they didn't have 2 term election. When the URP came in 1992 election, we have been talking about the 2 term election. We are the first one who start talking about 2 term for presidency in Guyana. You know, Barajagir run 2.5 term actually. You know, because
yeah.
he take over from
After
Janet.
Jagan, yeah.
You know, from Janet Jagan
Mm,
leadership. So he actually run 2.5 terms. Now give somebody else a chance to run.
mhm.
You know, let us stick with the law. If you run 2 terms, even the last president of Guyana, Mr. Ramutar, make a statement that it is a good thing that what the court decision that the court has made. It's in the paper. You know, so we have to be contented with what we are doing. And we have to look at our laws and respect it. We must go according to our rules in Guyana. You know. So the decision that the URP are saying that the decision that they make it was fair for him not to run a third term. Right? Give other people a chance. You know, I'm sure they must find somebody in their party, you know, to run. See? It's not only about Jack Dale. See? But you know, so the URP think it's a right thing that happened. You know, that the court had made that decision.
Mm. And so, do you feel that essentially then those term limits are kind of what really ensures that democracy continues then? Is that,
Well, slowly we are getting to democracy. We don't have democracy in Guyana.
mm,
In my book, we do not have democracy in Guyana. Right? We are seeing it every day here. Right? That is why the URP are talking about true democracy. If you call this where we have democracy, the URP are saying about true democracy today. Let us look at true democracy. You know, where you get um, you can go on the television, you can go on any station, not like what they did to us. 2 years now, we had applied to NCN to air our program, and they denied us. Last month again, they asked me to send them a letter. They deny it again, right? The person who was in charge, I don't want to call the name, but they said when they look back at the thing, they said no political party they should entertain. We are not asking something to be free. That is the people's channel, right? And we are paying for a program like anybody else pay for a program. And I can't see why you talk about democracy. This government, when the previous government was in, they banging them for the same thing. That they are not allowing them to air their thing on the NCN. This government doing the exact same thing. No different. Look, a year and something now, we had paid for a program in Linden. They give us time, they give us date, they give us everything. We pay the money. Next thing, I got a phone call that I must go and collect back the money because they can't air the program. They got to get authority from higher people in the government. You know, up to now they have our money there in Linden. You know, the same thing they do with NCN. We went in beginning, make arrangement, give us date, give us time, give us everything. When we go to pay, they said they hold up the payment. We got to go to a higher authority. You know? So what kind of democracy we're talking about here? Is this democracy? Huh? This is not democracy, my brother. So we are talking about true democracy.
And well, I guess staying on the topic of democracy is I know that many sections of the public has come out, whether either support or against the decision to choose the deputy CEO of GCOM, Ms. Roxanne Meyer, over the former deputy.
Vishnu.
Yeah, with Vishnu Prasad. That what is your viewpoint on that situation?
Well, it was said that Vishnu, the former deputy CEO, is a more qualified person, right? And the vote was actually tied from the 7 man where they got voting, and the chairman gave the vote to Roxanne. And then now Vishnu has experience already, right? And he is a fair person. I know he's a fair person because I was there in the last election, and several times he assisted in doing things, right? Um, but what has been happening? We're coming back on this racial problem again, right? We can see blatantly, right? It's politics and race. Blatantly, the URP are saying this is politics and this is also race, right? What you vote for this person. Now what we have, the whole of GCOM, you know, actually one set of people are running it. You know. So you have to, if you talk about true democracy, you have to make people feel comfortable. You know, you have to make the people feel comfortable. But when you behave in this manner, you know, this is why we are talking. The URP is about qualified people. If you're not qualified for a job, you should not get the job. No mind if you're a party member, or no mind what color you are, it has nothing to do with it. Right? As long as you're qualified for something, you should be able to have it. If you are a party member and you're not qualified, you shouldn't have the job. And this is what our problem in Guyana. You show me in Guyana which one of our industry that government run makes money. They always complain they lost money. Why? Because of bad management, because of favoritism. You know, you look at this is your friend or this is your family, you know, or this is your race. This is how they checked it in Guyana. Favoritism. And that's why we can't make money. 50 odd years, both this government and the previous government. The square pegs in round hole we're putting all the time. So how would it work? Huh? How would it work? If you go in the government to find out for a high position of job, the first thing they're asking you, which party you're affiliated with.
Mm.
Hmm? What party has to do with your qualification? If the man can do the job, it doesn't matter what party he belongs to. When you give him the job and he doesn't do the right thing and trying to betray the rules or go against the law, well, then you fire the man. You fire the person. You know, it doesn't matter which party you belong to. That's what true democracy is all about. You know? And that's what the URP wants to see in Guyana. True democracy. So we are trying, and that's why we are working so hard. You know, we are working seriously to ensure things happen in Guyana. You know, we must see that we have equality in Guyana. What goes for one must go for all. You know, nobody shouldn't be stepped on. You know, people should be treated as human beings, as Guyanese. You know, and they all have their right because they are born Guyanese. And this is our motherland. We have to protect it.
And even on the topic of protection, that of course there's recently been flooding. So sea protection from the sea. That there's been flooding in Wakenham, and of course in some regions, region two, they said of course a lot of that came from the lack of sea defense or the poor sea defense in the area. What is the
Well,
URP's view?
well, throughout the country, we've been having that. We have Wakenham flooding, you have Lethem flooding, you have Georgetown, our big city. If rainfall here, 2 hours, all the street covered, with water, because they are not proper drainage and irrigation. Right? I don't know what these people are really doing. If you can't make proper drainage and irrigation, you must get flooded. You have to get flood, you know. And this government, when they started, they clean up the place and do this and do that. And they, for the celebration, for the 50th anniversary celebration, they did all those things, clean up and so forth. But it is not properly done. You're cutting grass and you're making the place shine, and that's it. You got to dig a proper drain. You got to, if you can get the water to go flowing, get pump and pumped out the water from the area. You know. So I don't know what these people really doing. I do not know. I, I don't have a clue in what they're doing. I don't think they understand what to do in this country to cure these problems, because this problem would not cure. It's not lawyers the cure thing. As I always said, running a country is one of the biggest type of business. You have to have a business mentality. Otherwise, you can't run it. And this is not only to make laws. Lawyer know to make laws. Lawyer know to tell lies. Because in my book, lawyer come from lies. And that's what they're doing here. Lies, lies, lies every day to the people.
And so, yeah, so that I'm pretty sure that the folks in Wakenham, especially, I know that's a good support base for the URP. So I know they're definitely not none too pleased about that flooding then as well.
No, no. Well, we are not very pleased with what's happening in Guyana. And that's why we are here. This is not about power. This is about our people to live a comfortable life, a decent life, earn a decent wage, so that they can able to afford to raise a family and have a good family. And that is what the URP is all about. You know?
And so it seems that we've actually coming down on towards the end of the program. So are there any other final thoughts that you'd like to
Well,
leave?
I am urging people all the time, all over this country, please open your eyes and see what is happening. You, the audience out there, as I always say, to what our foreparent them had been saying, said, if you can see something in the day, you do not want lamp or light to see it in the night. And we are seeing exactly what is happening in Guyana. Please clean your eyes and look carefully. Look and see, for the 50 odd years, this racial game, what had been playing, are not working out. We have to move away from that. And if we move away from that, then we'll have progress in Guyana. Support the URP. Join hands with the URP to make a modern and safe Guyana. I thank you, and may God bless all of you.
Well, so great words to leave us on. So thank you,
Thank
Dr. Bandu. Thank you
thank
for
you.
coming in
Thank
and
you very
speaking with us
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
So yes, that is all the time that we have for this edition of URP Practical Talk. As always, I'm your host George Gonzalez, and we'd also like for you to check out URP on the website www.urpguyana.com. You can even go onto Facebook URP Guyana. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great evening.